Kevlar faithful, we're live. Literally just got home from work. Cavs Hornets are on. I got the live scoreboard right here. Justin, give me your thoughts right now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. As you guys can see, 73-52, the Cavs up early. Darius Garland exploding first in the first quarter, and then Evan Mobley
Really?
off to a rough start in the second quarter, comes in hot, comes back, and I believe gets 12 points. Everyone's looking really good. Evan's really looking good right now. Karras looking great. Chetty looking like the early Chetty of the season.
Really?
And yeah, so he's got 12. Karras has got 18. He's the second leading scorer. Darius has got 14, and Evan is leading all scorers with 20.
Evan is leading all scorers with 20. Yeah, it's a pretty good night when LeVert has 18. I mean, that's my issue with LeVert.
Donovan Mitchell.
That's why it's so frustrating when
you played the Hornets team last time, and it's a close game with Donovan Mitchell, and then this game, Karras LeVert and fucking Chetty Osman both decide to actually wake up. Jeff, your favorite saying, wake up, huh?
Oh, we do need to wake up because I said before this game, by the way, Cavs Encapsulated Crew has chosen the Cavs all three across the board to win this game. So pretty good, standing as far as that goes, pretty good at the moment. But what I was going to say is that it's frustrating when LeVert plays bad because, if he plays even just like a hair above average, we're so good. Like, we're so just serviceable when he's like an actual third option as far as scoring. Like, I get Mobley's your third option, and he's going to grow into that third option. But LeVert could do it too, I think. And that shouldn't be discredited. But he just is so inconsistent. Like, it makes me want to rip my hair out.
It drives us all crazy, Jeff. And I mean, again, we're going to be asking this question when we get guys back. Ja's out. Donovan's out. Of course, this is the game where Karras is going to play well. I mean, we're down guys. Karras does his best work when we're down guys. It's just as simple as that. You go back to the early parts of the season. You go to the 40-point game that he had against Boston. Darius Garland out. He's the guy that needs to step up. It's a problem when we're healthy. It's just like he just doesn't have a role on this team when we're healthy. And that's the problem, unfortunately. He's been playing a lot better coming off of the bench recently in the last, 10 games. He's probably, come off the bench for the last 8 or 7 of those. And he's been decent, but like he just hasn't been what you expect out of Karras LeVert when you see the 40-point games, the 30-point games, the games where he's 18 before the fourth quarter ever happens. It's all really just, like you said, frustrating.
Yeah, for sure. Let's talk some other things today. So Donovan is not playing tonight.
Donovan is not playing, and
Jared Allen is out. I'm just hoping that Jared Allen is, because we've seen the Cleveland Clinic medical staff. We've seen this team say, that this injury isn't bad, X, Y, Z, whatever, and then it ends up it's like 14 days. I don't know what they classify as bad. Currently have a 20-point lead right now. We do play tomorrow on a back-to-back. You hope Allen is ready for that.
That's going to happen, unfortunately.
I don't know. What do you think?
I'm going to say he's out. It's one of those games where you're going up against the 76ers, and this is why I think the only inkling that we have that Ja would be able to go tomorrow is that the fact that they're resting Donovan tonight. They're resting for the big Philadelphia game tomorrow, which, I don't know. Are we still in the scenario of on back-to-backs, Ricky Rubio does not play? So that means one of our better bench players is not going to be available tomorrow, and Jared's not going to be able,
That's
to go.
True.
There's a lot to go into that. So I'm not too hopeful for Jared, but obviously Donovan, I think, is just going to come back. And he's kind of been – Donovan has also been – I don't know if it's just me, but there's – his shot's been a little bit off. I feel like the selection – of shots for him and Garland have been a little bit spotty. Garland's gotten a little bit better recently. He's gotten a little bit better with his shot selection and percentages, but Donovan has also kind of had this issue for the past couple of games now where his shot selection is just kind of forced. I feel like he's taking a lot more of those pull-up three-pointers than he used to. He's not doing it as much as the catch and shoot, but regardless of that, I think that just moving forward, we know what the problem is when Jared Allen is hurt, is that you're left with Evan Mobley, and that's it. You don't have any other bigs. Your next
Yep.
big guy is Robin Lopez, and you don't trust Robin Lopez to come in and guard Embiid for even 5 minutes. We'll be down 20 in those 5 minutes.
I think I said this on Twitter too, and some people said we've already beat them this year without Jared Allen. I'm going to have to look at that. I do see my connection is bad, so Justin, give me 1 second. I'm coming back.
Absolutely. I'll hold it down, good brother. As you guys can you cannot still see because I'm the only one in here. I can't present, so I can't show you the screen, but we are up 80-60 right now. There is 6 minutes, 39 seconds left in the third quarter. Jeff is back. Jeff.
Mobley supremacy, I believe in that as well. Yeah, I think he's probably could end
up been a firm leader from day one.
If Mobley's the best player by the end of next season, I don't think anyone's surprised. But let's put that to the side. Because Donnie Mitch is incredible. Obviously, you want to have just 3 guys who are elite scorers, and if that's Mobley being your third, I don't see LeVert being a consistent elite scorer on this team. But so tell me about this Sam Merrill deal. Let's just get this out of the way because I don't want to talk about it. What is it? 2 year? It's a G League contract. Please tell me it's a G League contract.
It's a multi-year deal, apparently.
Why?
So you're right, Jeff. Why? I have no idea. Isn't there a guy named Dylan Windler that everyone's?
That's exactly what I thought as soon as I saw that text from you guys. Like we're literally torching a first round. Like, all right, well that pick was already torched anyway, but like.
It just doesn't make sense. This is what Dylan Windler was supposed to be. He's supposed to be this. He's not a 3-and-D wing, and neither is Merrill. I mean, he's not a 3. But Danny Green, Dylan Windler. It's like you got guys who are already established in this organization or in the league, like where as far as Danny Green goes. But you go to the G League to get a guy for a 10-day contract that within that 10-day contract, you only play once, and then you decide to give him a multi-year contract. I don't get it. And listen, I don't know if, like you said, I don't know if it is a G League contract, like for Isaiah Mobley and
not that it's classified that, but it's like he's just going to be in the G League, right?
Right.
Like, he's just a part of the org. Like this is just a formality, basically.
Yeah, and with the guys that we drafted in the second round, they're already on the roster. However, I believe the one international player we got is still international right now. The rest of them are in the G League, and they're going to be Sharif Cooper is going to be in the G League.
What happened to Luke Travers? Doesn't exist.
I believe he's in the G League.
I can't believe we're talking about the G League. I can't believe we're the 4th seed in the East, and it's in the middle of March. We have 6, 7, 8 weeks until the first round of the playoffs, which we will be hosting a home series. And I'm talking about the G League. Series. Holy crap!
Yeah. I just don't understand why is listen. I get that I'm the guy that screams for the 3-and-D wings, and. I would love to go and get one, but I'm more concerned that we're currently running a team with one guy who is 7 foot, and the rest of our bigs are guys who play small forward. Legitimately, like that's the rest of our roster.
Who's our second? Like, I mean, if Allen's
Lamar
hurt,
Stevens,
Lamar Stevens at 6'7", like that.
Dean Wade. I'm sorry, Dean Wade.
Wade's been so bad though.
Yeah, he's unfortunately been
playing
very bad. I don't know what he did in terms of why he changed his drip, but his game day drip now sucks, and so does he. It stinks. Why do they listen? Darius can get away with wearing the t-shirt under shirt, but no one else can do it. It doesn't work. It really looks bad, and I hate it, and I don't even like it on Garland. It looks even worse on Dean Wade, and to go along with it, he stinks.
Just throw on that anime t-shirt and just go on with your life. So, all right. So he has 0 points in 7 minutes, and Okoro has 0 points in 29 minutes, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, and 3 fouls. Don't get me started because we're having a good game. I'm just going to sweep that under the rug. But Mobley with 24. I mean, this is a blowout, but I mean, this could have been an easy Mobley 40 piece. Maybe he even still gets there.
But this is what is different from tonight, from the previous night that we played this team, and we struggled with Donovan Mitchell. Like, that's my thing. Like, I can tell you what
the
it is.
ball.
I can tell you what it is. It's Karis LeVert and Chetty Osman.
Correct.
These are the two guys. And of course, the one game that Karis doesn't come off the bench, it's Chetty who's leading the scores. Finally has double digits. And then everyone else, Ricky Rubio's only got the 2 points. Dean Wade's only got 7 minutes. Like, why isn't in a game like this? Why is Sam Merrill not playing? Why is Isaiah Mobley not playing? Why your G League guys are just sitting there? Like, if you're gonna do something, if you like need to see something, why not play the other Mobley at this point?
That's what I don't understand, especially on a back-to-back where you kind of don't want guys to play 35 minutes tonight because you literally have to play the team ahead of you in the standings tomorrow. Yep. That's part of what I'm not getting. However, let's throw this up here. Okay, so we got 20-point lead, whatever. I mean, if we even come close to folding that, that's going to be an issue. I don't foresee it happening. Let's look at that standings real quickly, and I want to look at around the league. So Milwaukee as the 1 looks pretty solid. They're playing the best basketball in the second half of the year, unless I'm missing somebody. Boston, here's my issue too. Like you're not getting soft competition because maybe like Philly thinks that they got a good little cushion on us tomorrow. Could be the case, but they're right behind Boston for the 2 seed. So it's not like you're going to get a soft Philly lineup tomorrow. We have James Harden gives us fits, Embiid gives us fits with and without, Jared Allen, whatever. Let's check out some other teams around the league tonight. You have Brooklyn right behind you. They are currently leading the Thunder by 3 with 10 minutes left in the second quarter. Milwaukee plays at Phoenix tonight. That's a 10 p.m. tip on NBA TV. That might be worth staying up and watching the first half for. Just me personally, probably not. I'll be asleep. But and the 40-30 Knicks, who are 2 seeds behind us, play in Portland tonight, 10:30. They're a 3-point favorite. I think
that's sticking around.
The Nets got a good return for Durant. And what did I say? I didn't put the jinx on him. I didn't want to. It's not the way I thought it was going to happen. But I told you guys, the Suns, I don't know, man. I had a bad feeling about him. Durant's out for what looks like the regular season, could be into the playoffs because there was water on the court during warmups or a slippery spot. I don't know, man. And I don't want to say that people get hurt because whatever. But I mean, he messed up the league. I'm not saying, if you believe in karma, just let me know. And hit that like button. I don't want anyone to get hurt. I think he's an elite basketball player, but it's like you kind of ring chase your whole career, don't get it, don't understand, get it to a certain extent. The Warriors move, I'll never forgive them. But
what do you think about the matchups here, Jeff? Because obviously you said it. The Bucks, the Celtics, I think, honestly, I don't know that it would be the Celtics spot to lose to, because the 76ers right now, you said the Bucks are playing
correct.
Some of the best basketball in the second half.
The Celtics are vulnerable. The Celtics are vulnerable here to slip into a 3 when they look like they were going to be the 1. They're 2.5 back. I mean, let's hit some quick maths. Basketball gods always balance a basketball universe, unless it's Tony Brothers. That guy's a clown. But for the most part, you're correct, Ashton. So let's do 49 plus 19. Quick maths. Don't know that off the top of my head. 68. So Milwaukee has 14 games left with a 2.5 game lead. So to make up 3 games in less than 15 is kind of a tough ask, even though you are Boston. You never know, something could happen. I think the Bucks are going to be the 1 seed. I think you could see, like you said, Justin, the Sixers do maybe vault the Celtics and they end up in the 3 seed. It's very tough to maintain this hierarchy in the Eastern Conference. We know that the Celtics went all the way last year. But I like our spot at 4. I was really optimistic about getting 3, but we just can't. The Sixers are a little bit of our kryptonite this year. We don't really play good basketball against them. I'm nervous for that game tomorrow. I don't really think that we have a super. No, all right, we always have a decent chance to win. I don't think we have a favorable chance to win tomorrow. We would get Brooklyn in this scenario in the first round, correct?
Yes, as of right now.
I think the NBA narrative crafters,
we all know we're going to face the Knicks,
are more thrilled with us playing the Knicks. Oh, the team Donovan was going to go to, or maybe he wanted to go to, hometown, and then, whatever, and then the first game's in Cleveland. Yeah, that looks good for narratives. And
Miami's a good one now because apparently there's a storyline about Donovan not wanting to play with Jimmy Butler.
Kevin Love, you got a couple of storylines there. I mean, it's so funny. Like, it's not even lack of knowledge, but like, I don't even look past like 6. And like we really should, I guess, but I
You
mean,
just be like upset if any of these teams past 7 were to take you past 6 games in a series. I get it with the Raptors. We've had our fits with them. I,
I
I
don't want
can't
to play either of these teams, but
the Hawks or the Raptors. I can understand that, but
I'd rather play. I think I'd play the Bulls, obviously, but out of these 3 teams, I think I'd rather play the Heat, and I can't believe I'm saying that.
I would
Not that
like
it
the
matters.
I would want the Hawks, 1 for revenge, 2 for the
True.
storyline, and 3 for revenge. So
A lot of revenge going on there.
yeah, you like a little bit of revenge here and there, Jeff. I figured I'd give you a little extra of it. So
I'm in for
but
revenge.
sitting here, third quarter, 89-69. Terry Rozier doing his best to keep this game alive. Kelly
Always with
Oubre.
scary Terry. He's a bot.
Yeah.
See, but like what? Be like so. Like all right. So like here's my issue. Like, what's Terry Rozier's contract? Is he up after this year? And you're signing Sam Merrill? Like you're telling me that there's not going to be? And I know we're kind of bouncing all over the place here, but like Terry Rozier, did they just like give him an extension? Am I ignorant? Let's check out his contract real
I thought
quick.
I thought he was eligible to be like cut this season, if I'm being honest with you.
I thought they were going to trade him. Okay, yeah, they did just give him a contract. I thought that was the case. Like he's making $20 million, but I mean, you're paying Levert 18, and he's a backup 2-3 hybrid who's very average.
And that's a New Year deal, so that's probably like a lot more affordable than what Levert's deal is actually.
And this isn't an NFL issue where, it's not like Dan Gilbert is some broke owner. We paid the luxury tax every year that we were in the finals, and I would pay it too. I'll take money out of my check. I do not care about going over the luxury tax. If you could give me a serviceable one, if Rubio isn't going to be 100% healthy, and you already spent money on him, so now you have this random Merrill contract, plus you have no 5. Like, make an investment in the 5 this offseason. And like I said, there's a lot of season to go here, but it's like, get stuff on your agenda, Kobe, and just go out and attack it. You're being a little odd.
Yeah, let's just be 100% honest, Jeff. He's very odd during the season. The moves that take place during the season, they're just kind of out of this world. The off season, better, not obviously the Donovan thing, but he's not amazing in the off season either.
He's corny. I've always said this about him. He loves the media and he needs media attention. He really does. And maybe that's harsh, but he's at all the pressers. From the desk of Kobe Altman. Nobody else does that. Andrew, I do not log on to the Bird app and see from at Browns on Twitter, from the desk of Andrew Berry, we just traded for Deshaun Watson. You'd never see anything like that. And maybe that's if you want to be if that's your leadership style, by all means. Maybe I'm just critical. Maybe I think differently, but I promise you that the Mobley move was literally all for the media. Drafting Isaiah Mobley, he's like, all right, we'll never play him. We'll just draft him. We want to be the Bucks so bad. He's too conservative, goes for fan favorites, player favorites. I mean, he just goes for what people think he thinks people are going to like. That's what the point I'm trying to get across.
If he went with fan favorites, Buddy Hield would be on this team already.
Well, I mean,
it's my 2 cents.
True.
I guess he did get Donovan, so you know what? I guess.
You can't win everything.
You can't get everything, Justin. God damn it!
Right.
Son of a bitch.
Good box score tonight, though.
It.
I get we're getting ready to wrap up here, Justin. I appreciate you for hopping on and being ready to go.
Absolutely,
big time. I mean, it's just a good little 20-25 minute thing, but. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys in double digits, 4 guys with, Darius with 19, but 4 guys with 20 plus points. I mean, it's going to be a blowout and it's going to be a good win regardless if you're playing Charlotte or if you're playing Boston. And this is the type of rotational scoring we saw in games earlier in the year where we did beat good teams in the East and Western Conference. Man,
I want to be such a I want to say something outrageous right now.
Do it.
1, 2, 3. All right, there's 4 Cavaliers on this list right now, and they're not named Caris LeVert, Cedi Osman in the top 5 or in the top 6 of scoring. Evan Mobley, Darius Garland. I'm gonna put it out here. Future Cavalier Kelly Oubre Jr.
You think so?
I think that the
We've been
market
linked to
isn't.
him.
I think the market is going to be small for him. I
Oh,
honestly think that
valid. We might be able to get him. We might be able to squeeze his price.
that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping you can see a little bit of magic being worked there, but I like the fit. I don't think he's an excellent outside score or 3-point scorer. But he fits that three spot so well for this team. Can be a good rebounder.
He's an athlete.
He's an athlete. That's what he is. And honestly, playing with LaMelo, like I don't know. If I was him, anywhere else would probably, be a lot better situation for him.
It's interesting to me playing Charlotte because a lot of these guys have been linked to the Cavs in the past.
Right.
So I do think you're correct. I think that you either see Kelly Oubre in a Cavs uniform next year, or shout out to Logan who said it, Gordon Hayward in a Cavs uniform next season. So it's interesting to play them, to see their play style and kind of how they work. They've been a very average to below average team for a couple of years. I'm glad we could take advantage of them not being very good and pretty much hanging it up for the season. Right now, I don't mind playing teams that are, bad at the end of the year because they're usually not trying very hard.
Absolutely. Jeff, end of the third quarter here, we got a 98-76 ball game. Evan Mobley, as you can still see, leading all scorers. And Lamar Stevens in double digits now. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Cavaliers in double digits. Very nice box score. Very nice box score.
Let's wrap up. Let's wrap up with this note from Bebo. I think it's an interesting topic to send us away from, because if Dean Wade is good, it makes a whole lot of difference in the playoffs. If he plays like this, my issue going into and here's the thing, I'm going to try to make this the least complicated way possible because it is very complicated. And this sounds counterproductive. If everybody is playing really good basketball going into the playoffs, it's going to be a blessing and a burden, because it's going to be good because everyone's playing good. Secondarily, JB is not going to know who to play in the rotation. Your rotation shrinks in the playoffs. It's common fact. It's common coaching tendencies in the postseason for the NBA. You move from 8 to 9 guy rotations to 6, 7, maybe 8 if you're really lucky, if you're a really good team. I don't think we have enough good guys to run 8 in the playoffs. Hope to be proved wrong. But you can't have everybody playing bad, because then he doesn't know who to play either. Sure, Rubio's going to be involved. Sure, LeVert's going to be involved. Who is who do we go to when it's weird? LeVert sucks. Is it Dean? Is it Jetty? Is it
It's Jetty?
Is it Neto? Is it Lamar?
Right now it's Lamar.
Right now it's Lamar. To answer your question, Bebo, Lamar's I'm bringing Lamar off the bench before Dean Wade.
Yeah. The problem is he was signed to be, in that 8 rotation. We were thinking starter. We were thinking 6-man. We were thinking, definitely second guy off the bench. Now it's like, all right, well, we've gone into the situation again where Lamar Stevens is playing really well in the starting lineup. What happens to his minutes when when guys get healthy? Does he completely lose them again? Do they go to Dean Wade? Does he retain some? Does Dean Wade lose all of his minutes? Now Chetty's playing well. Chetty's got 21 in this game. Ricky's the one who's like, Ricky night to night is always the most low key player on the court. Yep. However, his impact is way better than what the box score shows. Yep. That's just the truth of the matter. So, like you said, blender when we're good, blender when we're bad. It's like, he's tried to solidify his 8-man rotation, but it's the wrong 3 guys coming off the bench. That's the problem.
And my issue not my issue, but one of my main concerns is that, sure, you give Rubio the contract. I don't think anybody had issue with that. But when the rotation shrinks, like we've talked about, does JB even, after maybe halftime, maybe midway through the third quarter, does JB even look down the bench and get Darius and Donovan out of the game in a playoff game? Or are they just like, hey, you're locked
down.
You're locked in. Yeah, if we're down, no way.
In any game that we come out of halftime that we're not leading by,
he's never going to get to go to Rubio unless you're playing all 3 of them, and that makes about nil sense to me. Defensively, it doesn't make any sense. We'll be undersized anyway, but that's what I'm saying. If Dean Wade is not playing a really good basketball and Lamar Stevens still is, and Jetty's kind of on the fence, and it's like, okay, our rotational playoff is going to be Our rotation in the playoff is going to be Rubio if we're up to give people a breather. LeVert, just because like we've been doing it all year, and then Lamar, and that's your six, 7, and 8. I think we could all live with that. And if somebody else wants to step up, and if other people want to shrink, like Ashton's saying, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, I don't want to continue on this point because I think it's something for the offseason, but I think you see very, very quickly into the offseason, Lamar Stevens get the same, if not very close to same deal that Dean Wade got last offseason because of how well he played towards the end of the season.
I think you're onto something though with Lamar, which you've said in recent weeks, and I think that somebody will outbid us for him.
Yeah, if the man got consistent minutes, like he just falls victim to, oh, hey, I'm on a team that has a bunch that was so bad for so long that they stacked the team with first-round guys, and I'm a second-round guy, and I'm not Draymond.
Undrafted, I think.
Was he undrafted, and Dean Wade was the second-round guy, maybe?
Yeah, I think something like that. No, I think he was. Yeah, I don't know. Late draft pick or undrafted. You are correct, though.
Yeah, but it just, I think he falls. I think like that's why
you're right.
That's why I would like to see like Karras leave and someone else needs to bite the bullet and like get cut, and I don't know who it is. It's probably Chetty, and it's hard for me to say that because I know too many people, Doctor for one, who would be very upset if we cut Chetty. But I think he's got to go after the season. If he plays poorly in the playoffs, if he's the reason he's coming off the bench and he's putting up 1 and 5 again in terms of 3-point attempts, we're screwed.
He didn't play very good last year in the play-in. I don't know.
No, he was awful.
So. Yeah, he was
him
awful.
And Kevin. That was the thing.
Unplayable.
Kevin had Kevin played really well against Brooklyn,
and then we never even saw him in the Atlanta game.
Brooklyn was first. No, wait.
Yeah, we lost to Brooklyn, and he played. I think he played like okay, and then in the Atlanta game, I don't even think at some point we didn't even go back to him. Maybe he played a little bit in the first half, but
yeah, and that's the thing. Not to keep belaboring the point. Karras is going to leave in the offseason. I'm for sure about that. His minutes are dispersed now.
Correct.
Whether we bring a guy in or not, we have to decide. Kobe has to decide. JB has to decide. Are guys like Lamar Stevens, Dean Wade, and Chetty, you have to make a decision between those three guys of like, are these guys that can develop into playoff rotation players? Because if not, some of these guys got to go. It's just how it is. They got to go and make room for guys who can actually contribute on a consistent basis, which LeVert does not do as of right now. If he does, maybe he fights for a contract in the playoffs, but that's his only chance as of right now in my mind.
And honestly, this is why last year I was so desperate for the playoff series, because I wanted to see what we had coaching wise primarily, and then down the bench, who was going to step up in a 7-game series and maybe play serviceable. Of course, I get proven wrong, we lose, and then we end up trading for Donovan Mitchell. Pedro brings up a good point. Danny Green, I think we're sleeping on him for maybe, coming off the bench, maybe first in the playoffs. You never know, as far as just somebody who could come in and maybe get a hot hand going, give you decent athletic minutes on the defensive end. But Justin, your point does remain. I think this year is a good test, and it's going to be a good glimpse of, hey, if we get a home playoff series, who is going to be the go-to guys? Who does JB value the most, and who's going to step up? I think this is a good stopping point 30 minutes in. Let's get some final thoughts here, and we'll send the people out of here. Appreciate everyone tuning in, and make sure you hit that like button.
Yeah. No, I'm 100% with you. I think that this postseason is where you're not going to figure out things about Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, Jared Allen. You're going to find out questions about Isaac Okoro, Karis LeVert, Chetty Osman, everyone that is not the 4 guys I named beforehand. Those are all guys who need to solidify a role in this team. Isaac Okoro, he's looked great and he's looked good in recent weeks. I shouldn't say great. He's looked good in recent weeks. He still has not solidified that he can consistently bring that scoring effect to the lineup every night. Karras, he's looked very good in the last 10 games, I think. It's fair. It's great that, he's in the starting lineup now, and he's being able to replace Donovan and Jared Allen and give us a good production. But when it comes time to come off of the bench, I need that same energy. I need those 12 points off the bench. I can't have you dropping me I can't have you being a 6'6" and 6 player. That's just not what I need from you. Unfortunately, I got Ricky Rubio, who's a field general. I got Darius Garland, who's a field general. I got Donovan Mitchell, who is also partially a field general, and I just don't need him dishing. I need him scoring buckets because Karis LeVert. You got a Chetty Osman, who, if he goes 1 for 5, he's useless. And then Lamar Stevens, I'm sorry, his offensive game, not very refined. Tough to find a role for him in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to find a lot out about this team.
I love it. All great points. Great 30 minutes tonight. Let's just, before we wrap up one more time, 106.87, about 7 minutes left. Should be an easy one in the bag for our Cavaliers. Everyone who's in the stream tonight, shout out to the people here. Pedro, B Skrills, Bebo, Ashton, always showing out. Fulam, the boy Mike, everybody hanging out. Appreciate it. Appreciate you guys turning us on really quickly during the Cavs beatdown. We all like to see it. Get those legs rested up for tomorrow as we play Philadelphia. Yeah, we'll be back. More content. Go check out our Brown stuff. Free agency's on the way. Busy-ass week for the Cleveland Pauls, to say the minimum. Like I said, appreciate everybody in the chat. Before we see you again, 3 most important words, Cavalier Faithful. Let them know.